like a video of them before to the audio. Oh my God, your Taylor Swift outfit looks so fucking good. And then they do like a screen wipe or like some sort of transition, and then they're wearing their Eras Tour outfits in the second like clip. And it's, that's just what I was watching.
Huh. So it's just people changing into their Taylor Swift outfits.
Yeah, it's like a before and after.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so you look like just normal and like whatever before you do all your like hair and makeup and your outfit and everything, and then you get like the after.
Well, let's get started.
We've got about 4.5 hours of content to record here.
Bienvenue, everyone. Tout le monde.
Bonsoir.
Welcome to another episode of I Love This You Should Too. I feel like, you know what, I'm just going to sit here today. You should lead it all.
No,
you should just go for it.
You have to intro it.
I had to intro it?
Yeah.
My name is Indy, just along for the ride, Randhawa. And with me is the biggest Taylor Swift fan I know, Samantha, Swiftie number 7, Randhawa.
Swiftie number 7?
I'm sure there's 6 bigger fans.
Oh, I'm sure there is, yeah.
Only 6, though.
Only 6.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be number 7. Lucky number 7, is that a thing?
I think that's a thing somewhere.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, I just got back from Paris for a week with my mom and my best friend. And we won the lottery and got Taylor Swift tickets for night 3 of the Paris shows.
And for people like me, it's not the lottery.
No, it's the Taylor Swift lottery.
Everything that you say is going to be couched in this is the Taylor Swift world.
Yes.
So if you say, I don't know what other terms there would be, and then she shot me in the face, that is not literal.
No.
Is that a Taylor Swift term?
No, but I understand how you're using it.
Do you? Because
Yeah.
I didn't.
Okay.
Oh, see, it makes sense to you because you're a Swiftie.
Yes, I am.
Number 7.
Number 7.
That's pretty good.
Proudly number 7. Yeah, so the lottery I'm referring to was the ticket pre-sale. There was no general sale. It was literally just pre-sale.
I feel like we should start way back there.
Oh, yes.
This is a podcast. Usually we
hi.
talk about movies. We take turns picking things, but we're doing music this month. And Samantha, of course, went to Paris to see Taylor Swift. She is would you say you're a fan?
I'm a bit of a fan.
Little
Yeah,
bit
I'm
of a
just like a
fan.
casual fan.
If there's one thing people know about you, it is that.
It's true.
That is like the single fact people know about you.
Anytime she releases an album, I always have people who are messaging me, asking questions, and wanting to talk to me about it. And I'm always really happy to be everyone's senior Swiftie. So,
Oh, senior Swiftie correspondent.
and that's me.
So today we're going to be turning the episode over to our resident senior Swiftie correspondent, Miss Samantha Randhawa. And she's going to walk us through her big trip to Paris, how the show was there. I hear it was very disappointing from her, maybe. I'm just not going to say anything because if there's one thing I've learned about Swifties is they are an angry bunch. They are an angry, exclusive bunch.
I think defensive would be the best word for it.
Because I just remember when an album would come out and they'd go like, oh, have you heard it? And I'd say, oh, no, it came out last night at midnight. And no, I did not hear it. And then people would be angry at me.
Wow.
Just like out in the world, people I don't know. And they're
That's
like, why
crazy.
didn't you? What's wrong with you? I was like, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. I'm sorry. But I don't say I'm not a fan because that would get people real angry.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I just said, oh, I'll listen to it after work. And then I didn't listen to it. Well, actually, I probably did because you were playing it.
Probably.
But we're turning the episode over to you, and you're going to tell us all about it. So let's start way back on
Yes.
how you got these tickets.
So June 20th, 2023.
Wow. You remember the day. Quick, when's our anniversary?
April 16th, 2022.
All right. All right.
16th and 17th.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was June 2023. They announced that tickets were going to be going on sale for the European leg. She'd added so many shows, and after how hard it was to get tickets in the States and how expensive it was really the only place that we could go as Canadians because she hadn't announced Canadian dates yet. So my best friend and mom and I registered for 3 cities and got 1 code out of those 9 registrations. And we got up in the middle of the night at 1 a.m. Edmonton time. And we tried for 6 nights in a row to get tickets, and we were finally successful for the Saturday night show, which was fantastic. And we meticulously planned this trip and our outfits, and we had a really good time, and I think it was all worth it.
I think next I want to go into outfits.
Okay.
Because this is a thing that isn't the worldwide for when you go to a concert. Often I would just wear what I feel like wearing.
Yeah.
But there is a kind of a costume element to it too.
Yes. So Taylor Swift in her tours, she's wearing like full on couture. She's worked with Versace, Roberto Cavalli, Etro, Elie Saab, Alberto Ferretti, and Oscar de la Renta, as well as Christian Louboutin. And so she's wearing these incredible costumes, and the thing to do at these shows is to kind of wear a Taylor Swift either inspired outfit or a reproduction of something that she's worn. So I wore a like hand bejeweled that I glued every single rhinestone on corset with a little black skirt and some cowboy boots. My best friend.
Wait.
Yes.
What is that in reference to?
So it is from the Bejeweled music video. She
Oh,
wears...
it's good. There's a song called Bejeweled.
Yes.
That's right up your alley.
Yeah. And as we were sitting in our seats and she was playing, or we were standing, but she was playing Bejeweled towards the end of the concert, the girls next to me looked over at me and they're like, "You're dressed like that." And I was like, "Yeah, I am." And we had a little moment. It was nice. But my best friend Kimberly, a friend of the show, she's really the only person who's had like a cameo on the show.
Oh, that's right. That live
the Folk Fest.
Yeah, you weren't there, but Kim was.
There,
it was me and Kim.
Kim will take over the guest spot. She wore a blue tasseled 2-piece set, which comes from the 1989 era, where she wore a lot of 2-piece sets. And the rumor was that Taylor Swift didn't have a belly button because she wore a lot of really high-waisted skirts and shorts and stuff in that era. And they were like, well, she's clearly an alien because she doesn't have a belly button.
That is the logical assumption.
Yeah. And then my mom went as the Lover era, and she wore a low-backed, sparkly, long-sleeve mini dress. It was hot pink, and she wore some heart earrings and looked fantastic as well. And we planned for absolute months for this. And Kim and I test drove our outfits at a local Taylor Swift night to make sure that they would be okay for the concert. And we put a lot of work into it. And I think it really worked out. And it was fun at the concert to see other people who were wearing the same outfit as you, or the same era, or something inspired by the same song, and you give them a little nod and you say, "Oh my God, you look so good," and take pictures with people and stuff. So it creates a nice little community when everyone goes out fully for what they're wearing to the show.
Nice. It's like when I go to an Oilers game and it's like, "Oh, there's another dude in a Mike Greer jersey."
Yeah.
And you're the more obscure the better. And
yeah.
You're like, "Me and you, buddy."
And
we
you have
it.
a little nod and some eye contact. And yeah. So there was a TikTok dance to the Bejeweled song, and everyone does this finger wiggle. It's make the whole place shimmer. And I did that at a few people and they did it back to me. So it was a little handshake, secret handshake.
But not that secret.
But not that secret because it's all over TikTok and everyone I'm sure knows it. So, but yeah, so it was a lot of fun to see everybody's outfits and to trade friendship bracelets.
You've been making bracelets for months.
Yes.
How many did you go there with?
I think I made us each 40.
So 120.
Yes.
And did you trade them all?
No, I think I came home with 10. And I gave away some. We were out and about and I had them clipped to my backpack that I was wearing when we were sightseeing in Paris. And so, people would comment on them or ask us what show we went to. And sometimes they didn't have bracelets with them, but I wanted to be able to share, the Taylor Swift love. And so we let them pick some bracelets and stuff. My mom traded quite a few bracelets as well. I think she may have come home with more than I did. And we had so much fun. And we had to kind of explain to her, like, you can't keep all the bracelets. You're like the ones that we made for you. You have to like trade them with other people because then you get some memories of other people. So, because she just kept liking the ones that I was giving her. And she's like, oh, I really like this one. I think I want to keep it.
What was your favorite of ones you received from people?
So she just released a new album, and it's called The Tortured Poets Department. And there's one called I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. And the lyric is, I cry a lot, but I am so productive. It's an art. And I got a But I Am So Productive bracelet. And I thought that was like super fun. And that was in the airport at Toronto. Oh. I traded with another Swiftie because it was just like all Swifties on this plane. There were people making friendship bracelets on the plane. It was, yeah.
And they come prepared. So. I was doing a comic creating class with some grade 3s the other day. And a girl asked, can I put Taylor Swift in my comic? I was like, absolutely. You can put whatever in your comic. And then she pulled out all of her Taylor Swift images that she was going to cut out and use. And I was like, you just walk around with that, huh? Like, Swifties are very prepared. Yes. It's like, you never know when you might need it.
Always be prepared.
And I was like, you don't have to explain it to me. I know.
I traded some bracelets when we went to Disneyland Paris. I traded some bracelets just like on the street by the Arc de Triomphe. Like, there were Swifties everywhere. So it was like really fun to get to like talk to people from around the world. And also a lot of Canadian Swifties.
In Paris?
In Paris, yeah. We were in line at one point, and we were just talking to the people next to us in line. And they were like, oh, yeah, we're from Halifax. And then the 4 people turned around and were like, oh, yeah, we're from Vancouver. And like the entire line was people from Canada. So wow. It was pretty neat.
So then the day of...
Yes. Taylor Day.
Taylor Day. It's an evening show. Did you spend your day just focusing, getting ready?
Yeah. So we'd kind of blocked off the day. I had a spreadsheet, and if you know me, you're not surprised, but I had a spreadsheet called Paris by the Half Hour, which encompassed our entire trip. Taylor Day was just blocked off as just Taylor Day. So we went and had some lunch out and did a little shopping in our neighborhood because it was actually a national holiday the first 5 days that we were there. So a lot of things in our neighborhood, which were just like independent businesses, weren't open until the weekend. So we were able to go out and do a little shopping. And then we spent about 3 hours getting ready. And that involved us running around the apartment and doing hair and makeup and then getting into our outfits and making sure everything was like perfect and putting our bracelets on and packing our bags to go to the show, then Ubering to the show.
So what are you bringing with you? We know your outfit. How many bracelets? Do you just wear them all?
I put them all on on one wrist.
How many?
40.
40? Okay.
Yeah. And when I took them all off that night, I had like star and heart bead indents in my wrist because they were so tight. So yeah, so I put my 40 bracelets on. It was really, really hot. It was about 26 degrees that day. So we didn't end up bringing coats or anything. And I just brought my wallet and my phone. And that was kind of it. Yeah.
So you show up, but you also had some special VIP pass.
Yes. So
What did that entail? What's in that pass?
It was early entry.
And that's probably super handy because you can skip some lines a
little
bit.
It was so handy. So we had early entry. We got a full VIP package that had all sorts of stuff like posters. I think it came with 4 posters. It came with 10 postcards. It came with like a souvenir ticket with the year that we went on it. It came with a pin, a sticker, which is on my laptop currently, and a tote bag. So we were given all sorts of stuff. Oh, and a VIP lanyard. But yeah, so we got in. We had special entrances that we could enter through. If you didn't have a VIP ticket, you had to kind of queue up in this line and just kind of wait until this like right before the show to get in. So it looked pretty chaotic because people were in line very early in the morning. I was watching some TikToks of people getting ready at like 4 a.m. in their full concert outfit to sit outside for like 8 hours.
That's ridiculous. That's also just a bad idea.
It is.
Because you're like, okay, you waste 8 hours to gain an hour?
Yeah.
That's not a good trade-off.
Yeah. So the thing is that with the general admission tickets on the floor, there was no guaranteed seating.
Oh,
so
I didn't realize
VIP people got let in first, but they still queued for hours.
Yeah.
And then the general admission people were let in just before the show. So in order to get a good standing spot, you kind of had to be in line.
You had to show up 8
overnight.
hours early.
So
That
people
makes
were
sense,
camped out. We went and picked up our VIP packages when we got there on Wednesday, and there were already people camped out for the next day's show.
Whoa.
Like tents and everything. So it was like pretty daunting to see that like people were already lined up. And when we were annoyed when we bought our tickets, because we were like, we don't need the VIP packages. I've seen everything that's in it. It's like, it would be nice.
Yeah,
but like,
extra merch and stuff.
And it was like a couple $100 more, or like it was like €100 more for the VIP package that we got. So it was just like, we don't need it. It doesn't like really add anything, because we may buy merch just on our own anyway. And we were so thankful that we had it, though, because we got VIP access to buy merch on the day, and there was just like a general ticket merch line that was 7 blocks long.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I definitely see the appeal, but to someone like me saying, oh, you spend more and then you get to get in line to buy stuff earlier is kind of hard for me, but I get it.
But our line was
like, what's the price of your time? I guess is what it comes down to.
So our line was about 30 people.
Right.
And we waited for maybe 15 minutes, and we just talked to these adorable girls from Alabama, and like we barely even noticed that we were in line, and it was really great. And
did you buy your merch before the show?
Yes, we bought it on Wednesday.
Oh, before the day before you even go there.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What did you buy?
So my mom, I wasn't going to get anything because I feel like we're on this trip, and maybe...
You got all your VIP stuff.
And we got all our VIP stuff, and I was like, we're also going to the Louvre and Disney and Versailles, and like I probably want to spend my money somewhere else.
Right.
Because, there's like Taylor Swift merch, and then like I own a Taylor Swift sweatshirt already, which doesn't surprise anybody. But my mom bought me the quarter zip with the full color tour poster on the back. So that was pretty sweet. Kim also got the same thing. So we match.
Because you guys are matchies.
Because we are matchies. But it was pretty expensive.
Yeah,
because
I bet.
It's concert merch, and that's always like a huge markup. So.
And if someone's waiting in line for 7 blocks or something, they're going to spend the money on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were watching people walk away with bags and bags of merch. So they were spending like thousands of euros on merch.
So you go to, what's the venue?
The venue was their rugby stadium, actually. It was in Nanterre, which is just on the outside of the Ring Road to the east of Paris. So it's called Paris La Défense, and it's the rugby stadium. It has 48,000 seats, I believe.
Oh, it's open air.
It's inside.
Oh, okay.
It is inside. I kind of wish it had been open air because it was so hot in there.
Mm-hmm.
But they Paris La Défense increased the seating from 41,500 people to 45,000 people just for the tour, because it was so...
They just threw out some folding chairs or whatever.
Yeah, basically. I think what they did was they got rid of chairs.
Right, and made it standing,
and made it general admission.
Yeah.
But I think most of the European shows are general admission for the floor, which seems very unpleasant.
Yeah.
You just stand, and then you get let in at like 4:30, and the show doesn't start until 6:30, and Taylor doesn't go on until like 7:30-ish. So it's like you're standing for like 5 hours before you even see Taylor.
And you've been waiting since the night before.
Since the night before, yeah. So
oh man, all this sounds like too much for me. But luckily you had those VIP tickets. So you get in and you had seats.
We had seats, yeah. And we didn't really understand the layout of the stadium because, of course, we've never been, and we can only find reproductions that are like cartoony drawings of it, not like actual physical pictures of the venue. So we were actually in the like back part of the curve of the upper bowl, and we were front row in the upper bowl.
That's kind of the best place to watch things.
I was like, Kim really wanted to see Paramore, and Mom and I didn't really care, and we kind of wanted to just like...
Paramore was opening?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Is Paramore big now?
She's like best friends with Taylor Swift, so Hayley Williams is. So
Oh, wow.
they
I didn't know
they
that.
were the opener for the
Because
European
I remember like when Paramore was
Yeah,
pretty big. But
yeah.
that was quite some time ago.
Yeah, and I think I could hear Paramore from the concourse where Mom and I were camped out trading bracelets, but
Oh, so you didn't go watch?
we didn't go watch. No, we were listening, but I was like, I'd rather just like be out here and see people's outfits and like talk to people and like
You'd rather live that Taylor life.
I just wanted to like live the Taylor life for a little bit. So Mom and I stayed outside, but Kim went in, and then when we went in to find her, because the set was over and the show was starting in about like 15 minutes, so we went in. We were looking for her like up as we came out. We were looking like up to the left, and we were like, I don't see her, and she's wearing bright blue, so she should be pretty easy to find. And then I looked down by where I was sitting, and Kim was in this like row right up against the barricade, so it was pretty great. And we got to sit when we wanted to sit, which was really nice.
Not having people standing in front of you is pretty great.
So we got to sit down for a little bit. We got to stand up when we wanted to. It was really, really nice. And we had like plenty of space, and we didn't have to worry about not being able to see because people were tall or whatever. So I apologize for whoever was behind me if they couldn't see because I was tall. Because we are 3 tall ladies.
So was that the only opener?
Yes, so it was only Paramore. And then as soon as Paramore is done, the screen goes back to this like Eras Tour poster background with all the little squares. Then at 2.5 minutes, a giant clock appears and a countdown starts.
Oh.
And the song You Don't Own Me starts to play, which is like a nod to the fact that she's like reclaimed all of her music with the Eras Tour. Then at like 10 seconds, everyone starts counting down. And then the show starts, and it goes for, I believe it was 3 hours and 15 minutes straight.
Wow.
Very few breaks. The only breaks are when she's changing into like another outfit.
What happens in that time? And how long is that time?
So I think the longest break was about 1.5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what's going on? Is just
so she
just
has
cheering?
her dancers. There's really beautiful video images that happen throughout the entire show that go with each era. And the dancers, the stage is in itself like an LED screen. So it's got projections happening the entire time to go with what's happening on stage. The band is playing pretty much the entire 3 hours and 15 minutes. There's like no kind of silent breaks. Mm-hmm. So there's like always something to entertain you, whether it's the video screen or the band or the dancers are out doing something to like perform. It was basically just like go, go, go. So if Taylor wasn't on stage, there was always something else happening. Yeah.
Does she do the Eras Tour kind of chronologically?
No.
Okay.
So
she's jumping through the eras.
She jumps through the eras. So this is what's interesting.
And for other people, she says eras, we would call them albums. But when you're someone as big as Taylor Swift, you're like, this is an era of the world that has changed because of this album.
So if you don't know Taylor Swift as well as I do, or as well as I've forced Indy to,
you probably wouldn't be listening to this episode this
far.
Right,
you're right. I feel like
I shouldn't explain anything.
No,
just in case there's someone like me who's like doesn't really know.
I feel like Eric's gonna listen to this episode and be very informed now. But yes, so each era or kind of like album is its own color scheme. It's had its own fashion that she wore while she was out in the world being photographed. It's like a bunch of them have their own tour that they've done. And there's just like a look and a feel to it. So like the Lover era is pink. The 1989 tour is blue. Reputation is black. There's just like kind of a color associated with each one. So each era on the tour is a different color.
Wait, which era is Bedazzled?
Bejeweled is the midnight.
Sorry.
Bejeweled is the Midnight's era.
Oh.
And that's like a deep blue.
Right. Like midnight.
Like midnight, yeah. The 1989 blue is...
like I said, be black, but...
The 1989 tour is more of a like turquoise blue.
That one I actually know.
You liked the 1989 album, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you say you are a 1989 girly?
You know what? I think I need to get back to you because I actually like her later stuff more. I like folklore because that's more like the music I listen to.
Yes,
so
yeah.
that might be mine. I've only listened to the new one a little bit because you went away, so I didn't listen to it anymore. But I liked a lot of what I heard from that as well.
It's a fun album for sure.
So I think I like later period stuff.
Okay, yeah. My mom...
Later eras, sorry.
My mom, who went as the Lover era, is actually a Reputation person. So we got these necklaces off the internet before we went. Whilst we were getting like really excited about the show and everything, and I gave them to Christmas, and I said like, "What's your favorite era?" And Mom said Reputation. Kim and I were both like, "Huh." That's really interesting that like I wouldn't have picked that as her favorite era, but you know.
Is that your equivalent of horoscope?
I think so.
Which era are you?
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, you're that era? Fuck you.
No.
You would be.
No.
But you would say, yeah, you would be. I bet that's.
Yeah, I can see that. I feel like that's appropriate.
So which era are you?
I'm a Speak Now.
Huh, yeah, you would be.
But I also really like her debut album. So I bought myself 2 necklaces when I bought these necklaces for us. And I got myself a Taylor Swift's like autograph. And then I also bought myself a Speak Now.
When you say I bought myself a Speak Now
necklace.
Yeah. What does that, it just says Speak Now on it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we got to find out what our favorite eras were just through that.
My favorite era is that 45 seconds of The Giver that she was in.
Giver era, yeah.
I know she's been in other stuff, but that was the only thing I could think of.
I like that. Yeah, she's done some little cameos. She was in something else too recently where she was only in like 3 minutes.
I think she's a voice in some sort of computer animated movie.
I think so.
I can't remember which one.
Was it the Trolls movie?
Maybe. That had everyone
everyone was in that, yeah. And it was like a music movie too, so I think they had people who could actually sing.
I'm a Trolls era, actually.
I'm a Trolls era, Swiftie.
Wait, you don't know? You should know this. You're the 7th biggest Swiftie.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry. Did I just drop down?
I just saw your ranking go down. You're number 12 now.
On the live updated World Swiftie board?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Because of the new album, we have an 11th era of
upon us.
But
how can we be in that era when we are in the Eras Tour era?
It's kind of separate. So generally, we are in the Tortured Poets Department era.
Okay. This is like the Japanese calendar.
Yeah.
Well, we are in 2024, but also they have 2 calendars.
Oh, okay.
Someone out there knows what I'm talking about.
Sounds very confusing.
It says you.
Says me, who's doing an entire episode.
So yeah, we're in the Eras Tour era, but that's not an era. That's a tour. Sometimes eras have their own tour, not always.
So the Eras Tour.
And we make it up after the fact, almost as if it were all marketing.
It is all marketing, but it's working. So the Eras Tour is like a celebration of all the eras.
Right.
Whereas if you're not going to the Eras Tour and you're not at the Eras Tour,
you're not existing in that era.
We are in
the Eras Tour is a time machine.
Yes.
So you cannot be. That is not an era within itself.
No.
It is a transitionary liminal space, perhaps.
Yes.
Now we're talking my language. Okay, now I get it. I get that.
So we are in the Tortured Poets Department era currently.
What's the aesthetic of this?
It's like a cream black gray kind of look.
Oh.
But it's more bright, so it's like white and cream as opposed to Reputation, which is like black and dark gray.
Sure.
So it's different, I promise. So yeah, so she starts out the show with the Lover era, and she comes out and she's wearing a very sparkly bodysuit, of which she has quite a few now. She debuted 12 new outfits in Paris over 4 nights.
I know I'm getting you to talk more, which I'm sure is very hard for you. But I want to go back.
Okay.
The second she steps on, what is the reveal? Does she appear from underneath the stage?
So there's these, here, I'm going to show you a visual to go with this because I feel like that's gonna make more sense.
Well, we are on a podcast.
Well, I'm gonna show you, and then I will post some video or some visuals for the.
Okay, you do still have to talk into your mic.
Hang on. Should I be doing this with sound?
This is all riveting podcasting. Maybe this will I'll edit it down so this makes sense.
Yes. So the dancers come out with these giant like fan things attached to them, and they start doing this stuff, and then they start bringing them down, and she pops out of the stage from underneath these fans. Yes. So that's the big reveal at the beginning of the show.
That's pretty good. And what was the outfit right at the beginning?
We actually got this outfit from the movie, so that was kind of neat.
By this outfit, could you...
Sorry, the original pink and blue leather bodysuit.
Oh.
There are...
Do you think she has a closet of those?
Yes, absolutely. She debuted, like I said, 12 new outfits throughout the 4 shows, which was crazy. It's like a crazy amount of outfits to have.
That's crazy. I think.
Yes.
How many outfits were in this show that you saw?
I want to say 12.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I think it's 12. But yeah, so she has different color variants and stuff that she switches into. And like when she was announcing the Speak Now re-record at the show in Kansas City, I believe, she changed a bunch of her outfits to purple. She debuted new purple outfits. And when she announced the 1989 re-record, she debuted a bunch of new blue outfits parts that hadn't been blue or purple before. So it was like an Easter egg that it was coming that day. So that was kind of neat. So yeah, so she's got multiple different color variants of everything. And so we got the original blue and pink leather bodysuit, which was pretty neat because that was the first one that we got to see.
That was the one you were hoping for.
I really like that one. She has quite a few more. The next night she debuted a like red and gold one because Travis Kelce was in the audience. Oh. And it was her 87th show.
My second question... Of boyfriends and dads who were brought along, how many of them were just wearing Travis Kelce jerseys? Because they're like, fine, I'll just do this then.
A lot. Like
I don't like that.
More NFL gear than I expected to see in Europe. There's like 3 different things that men, like boyfriends who aren't big Swifties themselves, who aren't like really into it, where there's Travis Kelce gear now. Mm-hmm. There's a song on Lover called Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince, and a lot of girls with their boyfriends will go, so she'll be Miss Americana and he'll be the Heartbreak Prince, and he'll have a sash that says Heartbreak Prince and like have a crown.
Weak.
Yeah, it's not the best outfit. And then there's another song called Karma that she actually ends the show with, and Karma is my boyfriend is a lyric, and so a lot of times they'll just wear like a black shirt with the word karma on it.
Also weak.
Also very weak.
I don't like it.
No,
I'm clearly not like a huge fan. If I was gonna go, I'd be like, yeah, you're fucking right, you better be jewel me up.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
I'm going for it.
Yeah,
that's such a cop-out. Like everyone's putting so much work into what they're wearing. Like, well, I like football, so I'm wearing Travis Kelce's jersey, and probably a lot of them probably not even football fans.
Yeah,
they're just like, I don't want anything to question my masculinity, so here's this.
There was a lot of things that you could tell that the Swifties had given their dads for Christmas. So there was like some Kansas City jersey that I saw in our section that said Swiftie Dad on the back.
I'll give dads a pass on all of this.
Oh, yes.
Because if you're a dad, you're bringing your daughter to something, you know what? You did your job. Good job for you. If you're a boyfriend, you need to be more
like
active.
Step it up and like what's our costume? What are you dressing me in?
Yeah.
Lady. My lady. So it was an interesting kind of mix, and you could really tell in groups of Swifties who the like senior Swiftie was. So it was, Mom and I, when we were sitting on the concourse, we saw, and I was like, hey, just like watch the groups and see if you can see who like the Swiftie is. And Mom was like, oh my God, you can totally tell. Every time like we'd see like a group of girls walk by, there's always someone who like really looked like she'd put a little bit of extra work in. So you had asked like an hour ago what order the eras are in. So she starts with Lover.
But she does stick to an era at a time. She's not jumping back and forth.
No, she does
interesting.
It's like almost like a mini concert, right?
Sure.
Of that era.
That makes a lot of sense as far as like how the aesthetics of the entire event and the organization.
And since Reputation, we haven't been able to tour anything, right? Because of COVID. There was something called Loverfest that she had started to sell tickets for. And it ended up getting canceled because it was supposed to be June 2020. And so there have been no tours. So she hasn't been able to tour all of this music. She starts with Lover. She goes to what?
No, you can't stop now because I missed my opportunity to interject a joke because that's all I can do,
okay.
right? So
sorry,
I missed my opportunity. You were too quick. I was going to go with Loverfest. Isn't that clothing optional resort that got shut down? That was what I was going to say. Because I got nothing to contribute otherwise. I'm just like, I haven't said anything in a while.
Sorry, I am trying to like keep it snappy too.
No, you're doing great.
Okay.
I should be a better interviewer.
That's okay. So she starts with Lover. She actually rearranged the set list now that Tortured Poets Department is in the set list.
Oh, so that was my big question.
Yes. So things were cut and it was upsetting. But,
what got cut?
So the Archer, which I'm so about, Long Live, which I really wanted to see live.
Of course.
Because there is only one Speak Now song in the tour right now.
Oh.
So she added Long Live after Long Live Taylor's version came out. And I was really, really excited to see it live. And she wears these incredible ball gowns. And it was just like kind of a special part of the show. She got rid of The One, which is the first track off of Folklore. And Last Great American Dynasty, 'Tis the Damn Season, and Tolerate It.
All of those got cut?
All of those got cut.
Ooh, a couple of big ones.
I was sad because I really liked 'Tis the Damn Season, which we talk about in our most recent Christmas episode. So the Speak Now set and Red acts were brought forward in the order. The Folklore and Evermore acts were merged into one, which I think makes sense.
Sure.
They were in two separate parts of the show with other eras in between them. But they've got a very similar aesthetic because they're sister albums.
And they came out so quickly.
And they came out so close together. So it's like, why aren't they all one set? And
Is sister album a term that exists outside of the Swiftiverse?
Oh, I don't know.
I've never heard that before.
Oh, yeah. They're sister albums. They have like the same kind of content and subject matter in them. So they continuously tell a story throughout both albums. So she merged them into one, and I'm a little sad because some of the Evermore dresses were gorgeous, and I don't know that we'll see them anymore because of some of the choreography from the Folklore set involves these huge, big, billowy sleeves and lots of like dramatic dancing. So I'm a little worried that we won't see the Evermore dresses anymore. And there's this brown sparkly one that I absolutely love, and I considered attempting to make that myself, but I don't think I am a talented enough seamstress because it's like a full bodice kind of dress, so it's a lot
maybe for the next tour.
Maybe. So then the Tortured Poets Department set came out, the 1989 set, and Reputation, and then the acoustic set, which is comprised of one song on the piano and one song on guitar, and they change every night. So that she said at the beginning of the tour, she said, I really wanted a section where I can play all of my songs, because obviously she can't play all of her music from it's like 17 or 18 hours worth of music. So it's a lot of music to play in one show. And she's already doing 46 songs, and it's already a very, very long show. So she doesn't do it. And then we end with the Midnights era. And it's kind of a fun way to end the show because it's very dancey and fun. And it feels like the grand finale, which is exactly what it should feel like.
So you had seen every second of this in one way or another.
Yes.
Between the Disney one, you watch entire live streams.
Yep.
You've seen so many clips everywhere. Had you seen the Tortured Poets Department parts?
So I didn't know, obviously, because she had a 2-month hiatus, released an album, and revamped the entire show without telling anybody that she was doing that. So I hadn't seen most of the Tortured Poets Department stuff. I saw clips of it, so I kind of knew that it was part of the show, but I did try to kind of avoid spoilers for what was coming. I cried for the first 2 hours of this show because I was just so happy to be there and overwhelmed and I don't know, shocked that I was seeing Taylor Swift live. So I watched it on Disney Plus and on the live streams because I kind of wanted to know what was going to happen so that I didn't have like a panic attack as well as crying the entire time, because it was just like too many unknowns for me. But yeah, so getting to see the Torture Poets Department without having really seen many spoilers was kind of neat. And she did 6 songs, or like 5 songs, and one was like a mashup of 2 songs. So it was pretty cool. Her choreography in So High School, which is one of the songs from the Torture Poets Department, which is kind of about her relationship with Travis, we assume. She took most of the choreography from either Travis Kelce's End Zone Dances. Her like video of her and her friends in the suite at the game. And then just like various dances that have come out on TikTok. She's embraced a lot of choreography from TikTok, which is kind of neat to see. So like the Bejeweled dance that I was talking about, they actually do it in the show after it was really popular.
Do you know where
TikTok.
that came from? Like who started that? Because then there's someone out there who's like, send some of that money my way. I just invented that dance. I did some of your choreography for you.
Yeah, I don't actually know who started it.
TikTok is just... It's TikTok.
It's TikTok. Everyone
there
does
are
it.
no individuals.
Yeah, I'd like actually be interested to know.
Because I also don't know how TikTok works.
Yes,
I know
Indy
a lot
doesn't
more,
do TikTok.
I know a lot more about Taylor Swift than I do about TikTok.
So I love TikTok's algorithm because it only shows me like Swiftie content, Paris content right now because we were just in Paris, and like makeup and hair tutorials.
Yeah, and I have my Instagram down to it's just architecture and cats.
Yeah.
That's all I get, and it's great. But then I'm like, what if I want to watch something else, something sports related?
Yeah.
Because I can't have anything interrupt my cats.
True. That's what Indy does before bed. He has some cats.
Sometimes you need some cats to get you in a good enough mood to go on with life.
It's very true.
Yeah.
I hope this is all making sense.
I get it.
Okay, good. You'll tell me if I'm not making any sense.
Well, the editing makes sense of what doesn't at the time. Was there anything that was a surprise? What was the biggest surprise?
Probably, like, obviously the acoustic set. So she played Hey Stephen on the guitar, which is such a fun, like, sing-along song. And then she played Maroon on the piano, which she's played, I think, 5 times in the acoustic surprise song set, but it was really good. It was so moody and stuff on the piano. So it was a fun little moment. And then I think the new outfits throughout both the Tortured Poets Department and 1989, which was like a new style of 2-piece set that she hadn't worn before Paris. So it was pretty neat.
And you did see her belly button, and you know that it exists.
I don't know that we did.
Oh.
She wears
Doesn't
a
exist.
lot of high-waisted stuff.
I didn't know that was a thing, and it's so dumb, but now I think it's kind of fun suddenly.
Yeah, it was a whole thing. And
So she's a clone?
I think that's what she's either an alien or a clone, and like
Those are the 2 options.
yeah.
I don't think most people see my belly button.
Yeah, well, that was the thing. It was
It doesn't
like
come up that often.
the big argument was like you would probably call her like a slut or whatever if she was wearing stuff that was super low waisted, and she's wearing like really nice outfits, high waisted stuff that just happened to like show a little bit of her midriff, and everyone was like, "We haven't seen her belly button. She's clearly a mutant." Or whatever, insert whatever conspiracy theory you want. Lizard person.
Oh, see, I like that more. That's fun.
Yeah.
A reptilian.
Reptilian. Yeah. There were some Taylor Swift is a reptilian.
Signs?
No, just like rumors that people were like, I bet she's a reptilian because we've never seen her belly button.
That's the only answer.
Yeah.
I saw a man walking down the street wearing a suit and was like, I can't see that guy's belly button. He's probably a secret lizard man.
Yeah.
Or
like,
man lizard. I don't know.
So many Hollywood stars just don't take their shirts off in movies, and so we never see their belly buttons.
Although I don't know if that's true. I think you have to. If
Do
you
you
want to be an actor, you have to take your shirt off.
Oh, interesting.
At least for guys, you have to be jacked.
True. Yes.
The days of the skinny actor are gone.
Very, very much so.
And if you're fat, you better be funny, and then you better get jacked after that.
Yeah, and then you have to get skinny right after you hit your success peak as a comedy actor.
You want to keep going.
Yeah.
I guess the big easy one is, what was your favorite moment? Do you have a favorite moment?
I don't know. Seeing Bejeweled live while dressed like her in the music video was pretty amazing. I think I have to say her song about her grandma, who was an opera singer, called Marjorie, and like holding my mom's hand and seeing my mom hold Kim's hand, and like it was just like a nice little moment. And just hearing her sing live, because you can tell that her mic's on, and just like kind of basking.
Is that a question?
Yeah. Oh, lots of pop people don't sing live.
Oh.
No. But she does like opt up and like special riffs, and like she changes notes and like the key of things and stuff. And you can really hear that her mic is live. And when
If I ever went to a show and someone wasn't singing, I would lose my goddamn mind.
Yeah.
I guess maybe I listen to different types of music where it wouldn't ever be a thought.
I feel like some of the music you listen to, it wouldn't make sense to do not live.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is like a stadium tour, and there's lots of people who either have like supporting tracks of them singing, like
they sing along with their recorded track?
Yeah,
Why?
that's a thing. Because either the athleticism isn't there and it's hard for them to sing and dance at the same time.
Then you don't dance.
Yeah. Like it doesn't make a lot of sense.
I guess I'm not the person to, to argue with.
It doesn't make a lot of sense. But you can really tell that her mic's on, and there's a blooper reel at the end of the tour movie called the Errors Tour. And it's just all the like funny things that have happened because it's like a live show, and her singing, instead of Sapphire Tears on My Face, she said Sapphire Tears on My Space, and then laughed. You can hear it on the mic, and like just like funny little things that happen throughout the tour. But yeah, it was just amazing to get to see her perform this show live, which like obviously, but I was just like marveling at her athleticism for one, because she does not stop moving the entire show, and also just the like stamina and showmanship that she puts out there every night. Yeah, I don't know if that answered your question.
So now you are done with her, right?
No. No, I am not.
Moving on, you're gonna be a big Foo Fighters fan now.
No,
love that Dave Grohl.
I did make the conscious decision while I was there to not have my phone out, mostly. Kim and my mom filmed a bunch of stuff. There's so much video footage of this tour. I feel like if I want to go back and relive it, I can just put Paris Night 3 and TikTok and like literally watch most of the show. So I made the conscious decision to like put my phone in my pocket and just kind of like soak in what was happening. And I feel like I made the right decision, although I did have a few people who were like, I've been checking your Instagram all day, like waiting for clips from the show last night. And I was like, I didn't really take any.
You could just search Taylor Swift and you'll get millions of clips.
And I was like, I kind of just made the decision a while ago
you can watch the full show.
Yeah.
They have a production, like a
Disney Plus.
A quality production.
Yeah. So it was just I made the conscious decision too. So I'm sorry if anybody out there who's listening was hoping to see the show on my Instagram, but I decided to just live in the moment and just enjoy it and cry quietly to myself while screaming the lyrics.
You can replace one song she played with another. What are you taking?
Oh, well, I want Long Live back on the set list. Like more than anything, I wish I could have seen that live.
So what are you going to cut?
I'm probably going to cut. I feel like anything I'm going to say is people are going to be mad.
Yeah, they are. Welcome to my world.
I think I would cut Lavender Haze.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's where I would start it with the cutting. Just to get Long Live back in the set list. But yeah, I don't know. It's such a good cross section of her musical career that I think whatever she plays is gonna make me happy. Although I was very upset that she played Paris on the guitar night 1 in Paris.
Right.
And then replayed it on night 4. And I was like really upset about that because that was like my number 1 surprise song that I wanted. So we didn't get that, but it was still in Paris and it was still an incredible like 3.5 hour show. So
And it was still Taylor Swift.
It was still Taylor Swift, and we got brand new stuff and brand new outfits, and I was pretty happy. I was extremely happy. I was like so emotionally dead the next day that I feel like I didn't like fully appreciate touring around the city because I was just like so flat and monotone for the rest of the day. But yeah, it was really great. If you're going, hydrate because it's can be really hot, and if you're in an indoor stadium in Europe, they don't do air conditioning very much, so be prepared for that, and bring comfortable shoes to walk home in because we were dying a little bit in our cowboy boots, having to walk blocks away from the venue to get an Uber back into the city. And make sure you eat beforehand. I know we were really, really excited and we didn't do a very good job of eating. So by the time we got back to our apartment at 2 a.m, I was like taking off my makeup and eating pizza at the same time because I was like, I just need to get into bed. So make sure you eat and bring some friendship bracelets and talk to other Swifties. It's a fun community to be a part of. Those are my tips, my hot tips. And if you need any advice on outfits, I got you. I've got lots of advice on outfits. So yeah, Eras Tour, Taylor Swift. Are you going to watch the movie with me now, Indy?
Now?
Not right now, but eventually.
I feel like you need to come down a little bit.
I do. I'm still very much processing the show. I'm actually surprised that I was this coherent, but it was pretty incredible. Okay, well, that brings me to the end of my monologue on Taylor Swift. And next week, what are we doing, Indy?
Oh, we're going old music. We'll each have a old music thing of the fortnight, and I'll let you know which older music I'll be talking about the week following.
Excellent.
It's just debut era Taylor Swift.
That's it? That's all. Start to finish. Indy's just going to read all the lyrics to us.
Yep.
Okay, well, we'll see you next week, everyone. Bye.
Goodbye.